Finally, dumating na rin one of my most anticipated phone for 2024, and this is the vivo X200 series. Hawak ko right now is the X200 5G, and for sure, siksik na siksik sa specs itong phone na ito. Powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 9400, ang pinakamalakas na meron ni MediaTek for this year. AMOLED display with a shot sensation alpha na protection ng kanyang screen. IP69 rated siya, pero huwag mo sadyang ilulublub sa swimming pool. Android 15 na siya with 4 major Android OS update. And best of all, co-engineered with Zeiss. More details after this quick intro. Now, itong vivo X200 5G na may 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 gigs of storage would come at a price point of 57,999, which I'll post more details on the description box below. Now, talk about design, sobrang simple tong phone na ito, and I have here is the color green. Ang likod niya is really nice and smooth. Though medyo smooth siya, pero magandang kanyang pagkagawa dito to the point na wala kang makikitang smudges dito sa likod dahil sa kanyang matte finish. This is, by the way, a glass finish sa likod. We have aluminum side frames which is very shiny and medyo kapitin ng fingerprints. And ang kanyang harap is a shot sensation alpha na glass, which is, well, alam natin meron siyang certain degree of protection. Now, one of the things na gusto ko sa kanya dito sa kanyang camera module, what I like dito sa kanya is yung kanyang pagka-umbok konti na itong ring na ito, giving you extra protection dito sa kanyang camera, especially pag naka-flat on siya sa isang surface, ang una matatamaan magagasgas sakali is yung kanyang ring, not yung kanyang lenses. So, good job on that. And another thing is, for me, saktuhan lang yung feel ko dito sa phone na ito. Ang sarap ng feel sa aking kamay. And definitely, you love carrying around itong phone na ito. It looks very trendy, and medyo may pagka-iPhone-ish ang kanyang gilid. Pansin ko lang. Now, this phone is being powered by one of the most powerful na processor na meron ni MediaTek, the MediaTek Dimensity 9400. And nung sinalang ko to sa Antutu benchmark, it gave me a 2.12 million points, and ito ang kanyang breakdown score for your reference. 6,126 kanyang loop score, and 43% stability dito sa Wildlife Extreme. Ito ang score na nakuha ko dito sa Geekbench, kanyang CPU benchmarking, and dito sa GPU benchmarking. Honestly, medyo rocky konti ang kanyang thermals, and it throttled to 74% ng kanyang best performance. Now, the phone na ito comes with a 5,800 mAh na battery, and ang kanyang battery is yung newer technology. It's a silicon carbon na battery which is more efficient compared to the lithium ion. Probably I'll make a separate video explaining yung difference between these two types of battery pretty soon. Comment on the comment section kung gusto nyo mapanood yun. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. And this one can fast charge up to 90 watts na fast charging. Now, charging from 0 to 100 takes you around mga 40 minutes to complete the full charging cycle. For me, it's pretty good. Now, using this as my daily driver, sobrang ako happy sa kanya. And it was able to perform, giving me a whole day of performance as long as hindi ako nagbababad sa video conferencing or just playing game all day long, kayang-kaya naman na magtagal ng one full day. Wala kang problema dyan. Pag-usapan naman natin kanyang display, 6.67-inch na AMOLED display with 120Hz of screen refresh rate, HDR10+, and 4,500 nits ang kanyang maximum brightness. Nang pag tinignan mo mabuti ang kanyang edges, medyo curved siya dito sa ibaba, dito sa ilalim. So, making this a quad curve na display. Pero maliit lang kanyang curve, no? Yung kunting curve lang sa gilid, hindi yung tulad na ibang phones na medyo malaki ang kanyang kurba. But this one gives you more of a flat surface feeling with a minor curve on the side. Okay naman ang feeling dito if you're swiping from the left and right. Mas makanto lang siya. So, equally said din pag swiping down and swiping up, mafe-feel mo okay din siya kasi hindi siya makanto. Now, if you're browsing through your socials dito, watching your reels and shorts, I would say na sobrang mag-enjoy ka dito. Ang ganda ng kanyang display, to be honest with you, and I did enjoy enjoy browsing on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and sa Twitter. And I have no problem scrolling on this one dahil sa kanyang high refresh rate. Now, if you're watching videos naman on this one has a level 1 na wideband security level, and you can watch all of your favorite shows dito in HD format, be it sa Netflix and on other online streaming apps. Now, if you're watching naman videos on YouTube, expect to get a really good display dahil this one, I would say na maganda ang display niya, punchy ang kanyang colors, and wala kang maging problema sa kanya. The color resolution is good, and you can even calibrate it sa kanyang setting. Now, with flagship phones, expect ko with flagship level na sounds. We have a speaker dito sa ilalim, and the other one's coming dito sa grills ng earpiece. Let's just check it out. Honestly, malakas ang kanyang sound for a smaller phone like this one. Mafe-feel mo yung richness ng sounds coming from its speaker. So, perfect to for sound tripping. Napag-usapan na natin ang gaming dito sa phone na ito. I did play 5 titles dito: Call of Duty Mobile, Honor of Kings, Firelight 84, si Genshin Impact, and si Wuthering Waves. Now, pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, expect a really good game experience. I was able to put it to the max yung kanyang graphical settings, and the gameplay was really good. Ang ganda ng kanyang touch response, wala akong na-feel na frame drops. The game was really smooth as expected, and I was able to play 30 minutes dito sa kanya ng rank matches, and honestly, I enjoyed it a lot. The one best thing dito sa kanya is that hindi siya uminit. 37 degrees Celsius lang siya after playing for 13 minutes. Moving on to Honor of Kings, okay naman ang kanyang gameplay. Though nag-try out lang ako ng bagong character, so medyo marami akong deads dito sa kanya. And the gameplay was really smooth. I wasn't really expecting na this would underperform dahil, well, hindi naman graphical intense yung Honor of Kings, and setting to all high settings, I was able to get a hold of a good game dito sa kanya. The graphics is good, the sounds is good, and overall the gameplay was, for me, excellent. And playing after 30 minutes, pinakamainit na na-achieve niya is 39 degrees Celsius. Pagdating naman sa Firelight 84, sagad-sagaran din na graphical settings sa nilagay natin dito sa kanya. I was able to enjoy this game, and honestly, yung kanyang experience was really nice. I was able to play halos isang oras dito sa kanya, playing 3 rank matches dito, and overall, the gameplay was good, smooth naman siya. Though there's few minor frame drops along the way na na-feel ko, but it's nothing really serious. And one thing na nagusto ko dito sa kanya is yung kanyang touch response really fast. And playing for 1 hour, ang kanyang pinakamainit na achieve is around 39 to 40 degrees Celsius based sa aking mild na thermal scanner. And moving over to Genshin Impact, okay, sobra ka mag-enjoy dito sa kanya. Even though sobrang bakbakan ka ng mga boss dito sa kanya and maraming kalaban on the certain point, wala ka mafe-feel na lag dito sa kanya. The gameplay was really smooth as I really expected from a 9400 from Dimensity, and it was able to give me a good gaming experience dito sa Genshin Impact. The sounds was nice, ang kanyang touch response ng screen is fast, and halos wala ako na-feel na lags dito sa kanya or frame drops, and pinakamainin na na-achieve niya is around mga 42 degrees Celsius. Si Wuthering Waves, sinagad-sagad ko rin ang kanyang graphical settings, and I was able to get a good hold dito sa game na ito. Though I'm not really a veteran playing Wuthering Waves, but the game experience was good for me to enjoy. Playing for around mga 30 minutes dito, exploring and fighting some minor characters, okay naman, would be able to get a good gaming experience. Hopefully to show you more as I progress along, and pinakamainin na achieve ko dito is around 43 to 44 degrees Celsius. Now, the most exciting part is definitely ang kanyang camera. This is co-engineered with Zeiss, and I expect some really nice shot from this camera. Ang kanyang main camera is a 50MP na Sony IMX921 with an aperture of 1/1.5, and ang kanyang telephoto lens is a Zeiss telephoto camera with IMX882 with up to 3 times optical zoom. And ang kanyang ultra-wide lens is a 50MP na Samsung JN1. And something to highlight dito sa kanya is definitely ang kanyang Zeiss na telephoto camera, VCS na true color main camera, and of course, ang kanyang super landscape mode. And it can shoot you up to 4K and 60 FPS na video. And ang kanyang front-facing camera is a 32 na ultra-wide lens with a 4K 60 FPS shooting capability. Now, one thing na sobrang gusto ko dito sa vivo X200 is yung kanyang Zeiss optics. And I would honestly tell you na ang ganda ng mga captured ko dito na photo on outdoor. And honestly, it's really nice. Yan natin mga building siya. Makita mo mga cloud details siya. Sobrang detailed siya. And looking at some of this leaf shot, makita mo talagang simple, pero makita mo ang kanyang ganda ng pagka-background blur. Now, if you are trying to take a very simple shot like this one, ang ganda ng kanyang pagka-focus dito sa kanyang subject and blurring all the way back to the background. Kahit kumuha ka ng very simple shot like this one, even though na medyo gloomy ang sky, you still be able to capture a good, nice, decent photo like this one. and panning around dito sa kanyang vicinity. You'll be able to get some really nice na sharp shots dito sa mga leaves. And taking in some flower shot dito, you'll say na, uy, ganda very sharp ang kanyang details. Plus mga flower shots like this one, looks really nice. And pag zoom in mo sa kanyang mga petals, it looks also very detailed. Kahit kumuha ka ng mga simple shot like this one, you'll say na ang ganda ng kanyang pagka-capture dito sa photo na ito. And trying to take some sneaker shot, I would say na, uy, ganda. Preserve ka ng mga details. Pati itong favorite color ko na sneakers as well. Now, they try to take some animal shot. Sabi ko sa'yo guys, pag zoom in mo, kitang-kita mo mga details na pati mga whiskers. And it looks really good. Kahit kumakama tong pusa na ito, I was still able to get a still photo like this. And looking at some of these titles, I would say na sharp lahat ng mga titles na makita mo dito. This is on outdoor. And taking some Christmas decor shot on outdoor, well, honestly, it looks nice and very detailed. And looking at some more photos from the outdoors, ito probably one of my favorite shots. Ang linis tingnan tong photo na ito. Yung combination ng green and blue is really nice on this one. And a little mixture of red dito sa gilid. Now, nung nilalaro ko kanyang zoom lens, this is a normal shot. 2 times, 3 times, 10 times zoom. Kita mo, clear na clear pa rin siya, no? 20 times zoom, still very clear. 60 times zoom, yan, no? Guys, kita nyo, still very sharp. And 100 times zoom. So, dito makita mo, medyo a little bit smudgy and blurry na siya. Pero, although, I would say that it's still very good at 100 times zoom. Now, if you're trying to play with kanyang ultra-wide lens naman, this is how it looks like. Ganda, kita mo yung clarity ng sky. This is a 1 time zoom, 2 times, 3 times, and this is a 10 times zoom. Clear na clear ang words, very sharp pa rin siya after 10 times zooming. Now, one thing to notice kanya is that yung kanyang color between the ultra-wide shot and ang kanyang normal shot is almost the same ang kanyang color, which is for me panalo. Now, moving to indoor photography, was able to capture some really nice moments dito sa mga Christmas decors. And yeah, honestly, I will tell you na this is a really good camera bit in indoors or outdoors. And you'll be able to capture some really nice details dito sa mga photos on indoor situation. And honestly, itong mga Christmas decors na na-capture ko are really nice and sharp. No? Kahit i-zoom in mo, kitang-kita mo all of the details na na-preserve sa kanya, which is I really like. And trying to take on some simple food shot, ang ganda, no? Makita mo mga to, no? Simpleng luya lang pero ang linis ng pagkakuha sa kanya. And pati itong wasabi, kita mo yung details guys. Look, zoom in ko. Bah, guys, it's really top notch. Pati itong mga gulay na ito. Simple shot pero yet very detailed. Yan, taking some cake shot like this one and this one. Makita mo talaga yung kind of details. Looks really nice. And try to take tong photo na ito, no? This is a very simple shot pero pag zoom in mo, ang ganda ng kanyang details, guys. Promise. If you're just simply strolling around, looking around, and taking some of these gown shots and mga Christmas decor shots, talagang mapapamangha ka talaga dito sa camera ng vivo X200. This is just the base variant, so what more ang kanyang pro variant. And nung gabi na, I was able to stroll around dito sa Dapitan Arcade. This is around mga 7 in the evening and I was able to take in some of this nice shot even though na medyo madilim, no? Pero kita mo guys, yung detail ni Santa Claus dito. And I was able to capture in some other Christmas decor shot, mga Christmas display, and really looks nice. Lalo mga lighted up display, ang ganda niya guys, no? Honestly, I was really blown away with some of these shots na nakuha ko on night photography. And I would say na approve sa akin tong camera na ito. Now, if you're playing with yung ganang front-facing camera, equally said, ganda, nice, and medyo na filtered kunti yung mukha ko dito. This is by far the default settings. Still good. I would say na kahit na mapa-shades ka man on indoor, just simply outdoor shot. Guys, tinan mo, very sharp ang mga photos na capture mo dito on its front-facing camera. Something to highlight dito sa kanyang camera. Now, if you're just taking a selfie video dito, I would say that okay, maganda kanyang resolution, except that it's a little shaky. Hindi naman siya garapalan shake. But honestly, I'll tell you, well, a little bit shaky at 4K. But if you're using the rear, and masasabi mo na talagang ang stable ng kanyang camera, wala kang maging problema dito sa kanya. If you're using the rear camera, zooming all the way up to 15 times zoom, I will tell you na guys, ang clear pa rin ng word, tinan mo, after zooming in for 15 times. Now, this is camera. Now guys, I'm sure na nagtutulo na yung laway ninyo dito sa vivo X200 with all of the good shots na kaya ko pakita sa inyo. Dahil sobrang limited ang airtime ko dito sa YouTube, follow nyo sa aking Facebook page para mapakita ko sa inyo more photos coming from the vivo X200 ko. I would say na this phone has already exceeded my expectation. For me, it's a good candidate as a flagship for 2024, heading over to 2025. Expect even a better performance sa kanyang X200 Pro, which I'll review pretty soon. So if you're interested to buy the vivo X200, X200. I'll be linking everything on the description box below, yung kanyang official link para iwas tayo ng scam. And if you like this video, don't forget to share it to your friends. A sub to this channel is definitely awesome. Merry Christmas to everyone, and I'll see you in my next video. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.